Hey guys, I am so excited that Mary let me come to her house today to video. Mary, as you know, is one of my girlfriends that I've had since our girls were 5, so that's been 40-something years. But she recently had hip surgery and I'm staying with her today. And we just got to talking and I said, while I'm here, I'm just gonna video. It always looks beautiful. And she was like, oh, no, it's messy. And I'm going, hey, we're all messy. But I really wanted to show you some of her exquisite things. She has everything from primitive to vintage to linens and lace, but her star of the whole thing is her button collection. She has collected buttons for 40 years, and I'm going to show you her beautiful button room. But first, I wanted to go through and just kind of show you some of her findings. I'm going to go around this is the living area. She has a den and a kitchen and a living area. Now I'm going to show you part of the kitchen and part of the den, but not all of it this time. This is behind that cabinet is a TV. And then we have, of course, her mantel and fireplace. She has this beautiful hutch back here. I can't wait to show you what's in it. And then her little outside screened-in porch, and then her little cooking porch is on the other side of this. But coming into the living room, this is another collection she has. She collects old vintage ivory, bone, I'm not sure, horn. And then those are let's see what she told me. They're unfired pottery by one of the artists that lives in Birmingham area. Kind of stumbled across that, didn't I? But she has some of the prettiest things. I hope I'm not going too fast because I don't want you to miss anything. Oh, I got a little good shot of my legs. But that is just pretty. Now, she shared with me, you know, I have one of these. She shared with me, she has one and I have one. But this is her brown and white collection. I'm only gonna open these 2 doors, but that is a huge platter that I am just, if it fit in my pocket, I would go. This is my favorite thing. As you all know, I love transferware. But this set is a complete set that she found, of course, in an estate sale. You know that's her business, is vintage online. Her daughter does estate sales. She's an appraiser. And this came from one of the estate sales. And these are handmade balls. I wanted to show you how beautiful. I don't know if there was a pattern. I just know that they're beautiful. And I especially love this one. Briar would love this one. It's got lots of purple in it. She loves purple. I love turquoise and hot pink and purple. I just love all colors. And then there's another large platter in here. I know that there is a glare, but I'm not going to open those. They have a key. And here is another inlaid piece that she has. And in here are more bone. Her collection of bone. Now her porch, I've got it so we don't have too bad a glare. She has everything that's out here, she has found mostly at estate sales. Not all of it, but some of it. This table that she found, the carvings on it is just beautiful. And she does great with arrangements. This is a little set. It's a fox on a lily pad. Then she has her shelves full of things. Now, Mary and I used to do a lot of estate selling together, and we have stayed up, oh gosh, many a night, many a night. We would get there at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and stay and wait so we could be the first ones in there. That was when we first started with the linens and lace. And at that time, 40 years ago, it was very, very plentiful. So we could find it in different places. But now as time has gone on, people don't do the handwork anymore. So it's harder and harder to find. We're planning as soon as she gets better, we're going north. Seems like New York State and Pennsylvania, those areas have lots of linens and lace. But her house is just 45 years of collecting, and she has the best way of displaying it ever. Then this, love this. We both love the green, and it's just moss in a tray. Different kinds of moss, and the tray has little birds on it. I'm gonna give you another shot. Love that basket up there, the peanut basket with all of the pretty dried hydrangeas in it. But and the rug, of course, is a vintage rug. But I like the way that she's put primitive, and she's put vintage, she's put antique, and she's put modern. All of it in one. All the different eras, she has basically figured out how to make it all look beautiful. This is her Roseville collection. And one day, when she is better, I'm gonna get her to tell you about some of these pieces. And I know you're like me, you just, oh gosh, it just takes my breath away. It's so beautiful. And as I say, she has collected these over the years. And another thing that's happened is as they've collected and they've gone to the sales and they've sold, different people call them. Now that Beth's doing estate sales, she's very good at what she does. She knows values. She knows what's good, what's bad. She just, oops. Whoa. Please don't let me break anything. Now Mary would have my head. But I'm going to start right here with this button collection. She is a kitty cat woman. She is, I hope Buddy comes and visits us. You will love Buddy. He's a trip, first of all, but he's really, really pretty. But that's one display. Now I'm going to show you this piece right there. It's an old letter. You remember when they chose the letters and they put it on the printing press and they did everything one thing at a time. That's what this is, but look what's in here. I'm not gonna pull it all the way out. I'm afraid I'll drop it. These were our favorite to begin with. These are mother of pearl. And then we have the painted mother of pearl. Let's see what's in the next one. Ah, these are all florals. She has them in categories. This is all the florals. Now this goes back it's about that much further. I'm just not gonna pull it all the way out. I can see this hitting the floor. I'd be here till doomsday trying to figure it out. These are what we used to call ordinary, although they're not. And then we have some metal ones. I want to go as slow as I can, but... And some of these, she's displayed them the way we found them. Oh, these are glass, black glass, onyx. Oh my goodness. Look how beautiful some of these are. Oh. These are some of my favorite things. Look at this copper. It's not copper, it's the color copper. Oh, look at these inlays. Oh, that inlay is so pretty. I hope it's in focus. Sometimes it's hard to focus that way. And I want to tell you what these are. Let me see if I can put it so you can see it and it be in focus. That is an underwear button. That's what they used to button their underwear all the way up and all the way down. The long underwear. And then when the short underwear came in, these are colors. Most of these are glass. We've started finding buttons forever ago. And at one point, we found one lady that had a button collection. And we were both, I have a small collection. Now the rest of them are they just go on down to other various and asunder things. But anyway, that's when Mary decided, I'm gonna start collecting buttons. And here's another chest of buttons. And these are all different kinds of buttons. These are buttons on cards that she's found that women have collected. And then, look at these. Oh my goodness, I want to whisper, they're so beautiful. This is a set from China. That's not quite, let me see if I can. These all might be China. It's hard to focus on them. They're so delicate and so exquisite. Let's just go down a few drawers. At one time we did button bracelets. She kept one. And these are buttons on cards that she finds in different places that are very unusual, very rare. I forgot what they called it. Some sort of, oh gosh, I wish she were here. We'll get her to walk us through them at another time. We'll save some drawers so she can walk us through, walk through them with us. This is another collection. There's thimbles. She just has a great way of distributing them. Now, you all know that I do the linen and lace. These are truly, truly very rare pieces. Another drawer full of buttons. Oh, shock. And these are some of my very, very favorite. Yes, ma'ams. Yes, sirs. These are buttons. They're made out of oyster, mother of pearl. Oh, me. Love them. Would you all like for me to have Mary come and talk to us about some of her buttons? These are all buttons also. If you would, down in the comments, just say, yes, please. I would like for Mary to explain about some of her collections. This one is so rare that they're displayed like medallions or medals or anything. They're hand carved, hand inlaid. Some of them, well, hand painted. This one is hand, oh, that is enamel. But this room, I'm gonna stand back before I show you the centerpiece of the whole room. Everything in here is a collection. All of these are filled with a collection of some sort. And this, a collection. This is her centerpiece. Now, in order for you to appreciate it, I'm gonna have to pull this drawer out some. And I'm gonna show you a kaleidoscope of buttons. Just a kaleidoscope. So many of these were one at a time, collected one at a time. I remember we were at an estate sale and we found these buttons right here. The maple leaves. I got one, she got one. That's how we started. And it was so fun to sit down, and if there were just ones, we would go, okay, I take this one, you choose the next one. I take this one, you choose the next one. And we would have the best time. And then sometimes we would say, I'm sorry, but I wish I had taken that one. And then we'd swap back. But all of these are buttons all the way down through. But I just wanted to share the button room with you. I didn't get over here. Look how she has these displayed. They're in strings, what we call strings. They're on strings. A lot of times we would find them in the button box or jar or drawer, wherever they were, and they would string them together. So they would keep them together, I guess. Now, Grandmother would do that. She would do one or two. She wouldn't do a whole lot at once because we didn't have a whole lot. And Mama always, Mama would always say, now, that's just as easy to lose as anything else. But I want to go down this hallway, and she keeps this kind of dark. So I'm just going to show you part of it. She found this old quilt. Now I'm going to show you how tiny the pieces are. That's my little thing. Ooh, I heard one of the kitties. But it had places that were messed up, so she just cut out some of these gorgeous linens and put on it. I'm gonna get back as far as I can. See, she put a solid one at the top. And then the bottom was so worn that she put all of these around it. And the hand stitching she did was gorgeous. That is so pretty. Okay. In her kitchen, she has this beautiful stoneware. There's a whole collection of it. But the reason I came through here was to show you Ryan's collection. Ryan is her son. This little chest that we have is what we call Ryan's chest. Ryan was my almost son. We have almost family. So it was called almost son because I kept him about as much as I kept mine. But he collected marbles. There's Ryan and Beth. Ryan left us, a few years ago. This is his marble collection. She has it in a special place. There's his initials and his dice that he collected, and that is full of dice. Love little birds. The other thing he was obsessed with was boxes. He adored boxes. I've seen him wait outside estate sales for a certain box all night long. Those are his granddad's knives. And I love this little boxcar train, little train. Look at this little bird. He's just sitting on his little nest up there. But this piece is from Germany. It's a hand carved. It was over a bed. Of course, it came out of an estate sale here in Birmingham. And this is the old platform station in Birmingham. Someone painted that from a black and white. But I just love the fact of how Mary incorporates the vintage, primitive, modern, current, all of those. And she has just a great style to do it. And this is their den that they have. There you go. But I just wanted to just give you a little skim. And there's a big copper pot. This is her little breakfast nook. These are pine cones. Ooh, that sun's bright. That's made out of pine cones. See how natural that is? That's very primitive, but she just matches it up so well. This is another one of the primitive pieces. And on this side of the kitchen, it's the rest of those beautiful pieces of pottery. Yes. I'm sorry, y'all. I get so involved in looking at it, I forget to talk and tell you about it. I love the way she keeps this in here all year long. And it's just makes it, the little pieces in there, just makes them shine. Here's another thing that was Ryan's. His lock and keys. A collection. And each one of those keys. Now, listen, let me tell you. Do you see these keys right here, this kind? And do you see the size of this key? The house I grew up in Walker County had 2 doors, and that was it. and one key fit both doors. But on the inside of the house, it had this many doors, and each one of them, had a lock and a key. So Bill and I were playing in Mom and Dad's bedroom, and you could go in and out. There was no air conditioning, and it was summertime, so the windows were open, and we didn't have screens at that point. I remember when Daddy put screens on, though. And so we went out the window. Wasn't thinking anything about it. We had locked the door. Well, Mama tried to get into the bedroom. Oh my goodness. We did get a whipping for that. That was pretty bad. It was a pretty trying time right then, but she had to go find the keys. And each key fit locked differently. It wasn't like one key fit them all. So she had to go and pick a lock there. But that's my key story. And I collect keys. That's probably why that I collect keys. But I miss that old house. This is another piece that was Ryan's. There's Ryan right there. He was so handsome. These are tidbits of things he liked. We always laugh. That's Miss, we need to name her. Have y'all got a name you can think of for her? We're always throwing names out. And it goes on down. Each piece has a story. I just enjoy every bit of it. Now, normally you see the puppy dogs, but this one's eating. You rarely see that. Look how tiny these little dogs are. Little pig. I've told you all about my ham fest. My last name is Cunningham. And every year, up until about 3 years ago, we would have a ham fest because that was our last name, and we would all bring a pig. There's one other thing I want to show you before we close here. And we have not much more time. This piece is this bell pull. It is velvet, buttons, pearls, embroidery, crewel, sewn, all of the above. And I have a story about this I'm going to tell you. This is glass. This is hand-blown glass. Mary and I heard about this, a week before the estate sale. And she told me, she said, Brenda, I want that piece. I said, well, Mary, are we going to have to be quick? We're going to have to get there early. And she said, well, we are. And we're going to assign what we're going to do. So we got there like 1 o'clock in the morning. No, wait a minute. We didn't get there. It was like 11:30 the night before. And we slept in the car. And we were first. And I'm like, okay, Mary, do you know where it is? She says, no, I don't know where it is. I said, well, all right, we know it's going to be hanging on a wall. We know that. So when we go in, I go right, she goes left. And I was the one that found it. And we got it for her. She really wanted that piece. I love when you can get what you want. And it was well worth staying up all night for. Oh my goodness. One day I'm going to get Ruth and Mary and me. And if we can get Ann, Ann is close, but she's taking care of her sister. We'll have us, what we call the girls. Oh, this one, just saw that. I don't even know what's in there. It's so tiny. It's people. And this is, I'm not gonna move that too much, but it's one of those infinity balls. And her little kitty cats. I thought Buddy might come and join us, but I don't think he is. If we can find Buddy, we will. Maybe next time he'll come and join us. Well, this has been an adventure to me because I have not been through Mary's house in quite a while. And I have enjoyed every bit of it. So I want to look one more time at my favorite things. I don't know, I'm beginning to think this might be one of my new favorite things. That thing is gorgeous. And it's on a styrofoam ball. And I think that is thread and sequins. It's gorgeous, just gorgeous. But this just takes my heart. Well, all right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the little venture. I know I have. And Mary promises that next time she will be with us and we'll do a whole nother part of the house. This is just part of it. We can do quite a few other rooms plus the basement. So till our next adventure.